Raid farms, they can get really complex, but I've got a super simple option here that's really easy to build with common blocks and will give you chests full of raid loot, including saddles, emeralds, and totems of undying. Let me show you how to make it. Now this raid farm is actually portable. You can build it anywhere, but I've taken the decision to build it out on water because that's where you're going to get the best results. I've taken inspiration from a great raid farm designed by Voltrox. I've linked it down in the description and I've put my own spin on it. And it really is this simple. This is all you're going to need to be able to make this farm. 1716 dirt, can be any block you like, but I use dirt because it's dirt cheap. 156 blocks of choice. I use cut copper that's waxed because it looks really good. It's entirely up to you. Take a screenshot, pause the video, do whatever you got to do. This is what you're going to need to do it my way. Let's go. And there is literally no point in messing about, so let's get out there and make it. The first thing you need is a large body of water. You could do this on land, but it's so much easier if you can find somewhere that's only water for at least 100 blocks in every direction. Then you need to take your lily pad and place it down on the water's surface. That lily pad is going to allow you to come underneath the water and place a block right underneath it. It'll break the lily pad and that's fine because you don't really need it anymore. And you've got a block of cobble that is just floating on the top of the surface. And yeah, obviously, if you can't find a lily pad, you could build up from the floor of the sea. It's up to you. You then need to make the following pattern. Come across one, then turn 90 degrees and go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 more. Should have a row of 6 blocks like there. Come in, then come across another one on the side here, place a block, and then come in one, and then come out 1 and 2. So you should have 1, that space, 3, 4, and 5, and then come back 1, 2, 3, and 4. You should be level right there, and then join those up. You're then going to fill this in, except for 3 blocks. You're going to leave that block, and that block completely open, but place a block there. That's where your collection system is going to go. Get your 2 chests, place 1 chest there and 1 chest there. So the one that's closer to the middle is left open, and you are going to shift click a hopper into the chest like that. That way anything that goes in the hopper, if I just throw that other hopper in, that will come out into your chest. We're then going to run around and have 1 block there, and we're going to make a level all the way around, leaving that block open. Come diagonally around this way, across and up, and we're going to leave that block open right there. We're going to get a sign, and we're going to place a sign above that hopper right there. Perfect. We're then going to place another block, I've just realized, right there. We're going to get our bed and place a bed there. We're going to get a loom. This can be any workstation, and we're going to place it there. I'm using a loom because they're really, really cheap. And then we're going to get ourselves another boat that you've brought with you, and you're going to stand on this wall here and place the boat there. Now that boat's not quite in the right position yet, so we're going to get in it. We're going to turn the boat, move it as far in towards that wall as we possibly can, then come across, far in, until it won't go any further across. Then turn left and jump out using the shift button. So far, you should have something that looks like that. We're then going to add another row all the way around the outside of this, right until we find the gap at the other end that we've already been to. We're then going to grab ourselves a door, and we're going to place a door from the inside on that block right there. And then we're going to get a slab, and we're going to place the slab on the bottom edge of that block right there. That's just going to make it super easy to get a villager in here. Then inside your farm, we're going to place a lantern just there, and that's going to stop anything spawning in here whilst you're away. You then need to grab your original boat and go and get yourself a villager. And once you've got them in your boat, bring them back across the water and park it right on top of your slab. Get out of your boat using shift and then come around and go into your farm like this. Jump on top of your block there. What you want to do is just bring yourself a slight wall across here. You don't have to go all the way around just yet, although if you wish to you can. And then come down and break that boat. Just break it out. He'll either go in the water, or if you're really lucky, he'll go onto that slab. And what he wants to do is get to that workstation. And once he's in, he'll take that trade, and eventually he'll find himself walking into that boat. He just can't help himself. He'll just bounce up and end up in the boat. And whilst you're waiting for him to do that, build yourself another wall around the outside of this. So this is now 3 high, 1, 2, 3 off of the floor. Come all the way along the edge here, and then pop yourself a block just to complete that circuit. You're then going to get another slab, and you're going to put that slab on that block there, and then you're going to fill this whole thing in here not this block here, with slabs. He might be on top of the workstation, he might get in the way. Just wait for him to pop down. Once your guy's inside that boat and you've got this roof all fixed, come to this back block here and place a water bucket right there. Then place a cauldron behind your mate, just there on the roof, and then fill that cauldron up with lava. Now, if you find your villager loses their workstation, and it can happen, all you need to do is take out the workstation there and place the workstation on this block right here. They'll instantly pick that back up again. Then come on top of your farm. You need to make this into a 7x7 square. So you're going to place a block there. You're going to come out 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You've got to make it 7 by coming out one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And you should have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 square. You're then going to get some dirt and you're going to place a dirt ring all the way around the outside. Now I'm using dirt because it's a really cheap and easy block to get. If you want to use a different block, it actually doesn't matter. If you'd rather use cobble, you go for your life. But I like dirt because it's cheap. There's loads of it everywhere. Then from this central block here, we're not actually going to leave that block in the middle there. We're going to go out and make a circle with this being the center that is 45 blocks in diameter with this dirt. Yeah, I know, it's a lot of dirt. That's why you want it to be a cheap block. So it's going to look like that. Now, if you know how to make that size of circle, just skip this next minute or listen to my lovely voice. But if you're not sure, this is how you do it. Come to the center of one of your sides. It really doesn't matter. And you're going to count out, including that, 1, 2, 3, 4... 19, 20, 21. So on the 21st block, you're then going to turn a right angle and you're going to come out from that block, including that block, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then in 1 and then out 1, 2, 3, 4. So a total of 5. Then in 1 and then across 3, including that one. Then in 1 across another 3. In 1 across 2. In 1 across 3. Then you're going to zigzag once, twice, 3 times. Then you're going to come across 3, out 1, across 1, up 1, out 3, up 1, across 3, up 1, then across, including this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then up, and then you're going to come back to your center. This 1, 2, 3, 4, and the center being 5, just like that. And you're going to repeat that in every quadrant, and then you're going to colour it in with all of your blocks, just like I have. Now this next bit is completely optional. You totally don't need to do it, but it does look quite nice. Put a temporary block on the outside of your circle and then place some other block on top of that temporary block. I'm using this waxed cut copper because it's expensive and I want to look like I'm not cheap. And then I'm going to come all the way around my circle. I'm going to go out and in, out and in. I'm just literally going to follow the line of my circle. And if you are feeling particularly extravagant, you can make this too high. So it now looks like that. Now, if you did put a wall up around the outside, put these on the wall. If you didn't, put them on the outermost part of your dirt circle or whatever it is. Come to the center, which is right here. And on the center of each of these long bits, put a lantern. And then come around the outside. And in the center of this kind of half curve, for me, it's that block there. Place a lantern. Then come around the center. Again, place a lantern. And keep doing that until you've done it all the way around. And then come to the hole that you've got in the middle and count out 1, 2, 3, 4. And on the 5th one, place a wall. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And on the 5th one, place a wall. And on top of the wall, place a lantern. And that is going to stop anything spawning that you don't want to spawn. Then come back to the hole in the middle, and at the part where you've got the hole there, place 2 blocks there and 2 blocks there, so you kind of bridge in that little hole. Place a second row of exactly the same. I'm just using these copper blocks because I can. Then on the block 1 up, place that. Then get yourself a slab, place it there, a slab, place it there, and then put a lava bucket on that slab there. That is your kill chamber for the nasty, big, horrible cow-looking things that are going to come with the raids. Because no one needs a Ravager in their life. Although they are quite handy for saddles, as you'll find out in a minute. We're then going to place a bucket in the direct opposite corner of that hole, right there. And that should float over everything except that hole. And that, my friends, is the end of the structure of your farm. Yep, that's it. it's finished. And now I'm going to show you how you're going to get loads of lovely pillager loot out of it. And what you need is one of these, and ideally a few of them. And you can get them from the bottle dispensers inside the trial chambers, or by killing one of these guys at a pillager tower. And there is some great ominous bottle farms out there on YouTube. Voltrox has got a brilliant one. Now I've come inside my farm. All I've got to do is give my potion just a little bit of a drink, and I'm going to get that horrible effect. I've got to wait for that effect to wear off, so another 20 or so seconds. And when it does, I'm going to be ready to bash them with my axe. It's really important that you use an axe, not a sword, because you mustn't hit your villager. Now my raid is filling up now, and those pillagers at any minute going to drop into my hole and get trapped in my boat. Now I have to attack them in a very specific way. Every 5 glugs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and hit him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and hit him. And you need to do that on every wave. And if you follow this method, what's going to happen is you're not going to get any of the illagers be able to chuck anything horrible at you. For example, an evoker can get really antsy with his little baby demons. And as you go through raid after raid, you'll eventually get some of the stronger pillagers coming at you. Just attack them in exactly the same way on the 5th hit. The only exception is possibly the witches. The witches might need more than 1 hit because they might be healing themselves with healing potion. But eventually you're going to get through all of them, and your raid should be over. There we go, I got to hit that witch a few more times. I've got 1 more raid left. And eventually you get yourself the hero of the village. And a chest full of raid loot. I've got 4 totems there, and 3 saddles, and quite a few emeralds too. And 17 levels of experience. And if I go another bottle now, I could get another raid coming in. This is a super simple design that is very difficult to get wrong. And yes, you could make this circle smaller. The danger is sometimes the raids can spawn slightly outside the circumference of your circle, and you can lose the raid. It's a very, very small risk, but it is a risk. And I actually think it looks kind of cool in the middle of the water here. It's quite a good sight to see. Let me know what you think of the farm in the comments below. I'd really love to hear from you. And also, if you've not done already, please do consider subscribing to the channel and like the video. It costs you nothing, but really helps me out. And I'll look forward to seeing you in another video. You take it easy now. Bye.